Alright, in this video we are going to change out the differential oil in the Wildcat Sport front diff. It's pretty straightforward, there's not much to it, but we'll document it anyway. Okay, I'm going to show you where the fill plug, the oil check level plug is, and the drain plug, and showing you the front of the machine so you get an idea of reference to where it's at. So we're on the driver's side. And that right there, the big one, that is the fill plug. The little bitty one right below it, that is the oil check level plug. That's actually stamped into the casing as to what it is. And then on the passenger side, way down here, right there, that is the drain plug. The aluminum foil probably won't be on yours when you start. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the fill plug, which is right here, the big one. It is a 17 millimeter socket. I'm using a crow's foot, just because I don't know how the hell you're supposed to get a wrench in there. A crow's foot is hard enough to get in there. There we go, fill plug removed. Okay, next thing is to drain the front differential. So what I've done is I've actually put some aluminum foil down here. I'm going to poke a hole in it, and hopefully there's a hole in the skid plate, but hopefully the foil will keep the oil off the skid plate and running up the frame rail and making a big mess. So just poke a few holes in it with a screwdriver. The bolt, the drain plug, is an 8 millimeter. And that is an astonishing amount of oil coming out. Not really. Okay, the front differential has drained all the way. It actually took a little while for it to drain. Not a lot of oil came out, it just took some time. See how well my foil worked. It worked really good, so I got nothing as far as oil on the skid plate. That cleaned up. Reinstall the drain plug. Okay, the manual doesn't actually reference this plug as a drain plug. It actually doesn't tell you where to drain the front differential at all. But so the fill plug is torqued to 45 inch-pounds, and it's the same bolt as the drain plug. So that's what I'm going to torque this. Even though there's no value in the manual, that is what I'm going to torque this one to, is 45 inch-pounds. Which is not much. So now we'll move over to the driver's side and pull the fill level plug. All right, back on the driver's side, we're going to remove the fill level plug, which is again an 8 millimeter. Next thing we'll do is we'll fill it up in the fill plug until it just comes out of the level plug. I'm going to use the Arctic Cat front diff oil gear lube, really for the simple reason that I'm doing the rear transaxle as well, and I had to go to the Arctic Cat dealer to get the transaxle fluid, and it's like 13 bucks for this. It's cheaper than actually the synthetics that are in the auto parts stores. It was just convenience. Some guys are using this is 80W90. Some guys are using 7590. I don't think it really matters. I'm sure this Arctic Cat oil is just as good as anything else. As far as filling it up, I'm actually going to use this filler tube. These are like, you can get these for $3 to $5 at auto parts stores, and they're convenient for filling gear cases and rear ends and just whatever. So that's what we'll use. Okay, so as far as filling it goes, you pretty much just fill it through the fill hole, basically until it comes out. The little plug you pull out for like a check level. I took a rag and put it below the fill level, just so when it doesn't take much, but just so when it comes out, it doesn't just get all over everything. They sell this oil in a quart, and it really doesn't take that much at all to fill these up. And there we're coming out. So now we will reinstall the fill level plug. And I'm also going to install the filler plug. And we'll get both of these torqued down here in just a second. We'll torque everything down. I will say that I did let the oil kind of settle and then hit it again to make sure it hadn't like settled in the bottom of the case and needed more oil. I actually did that twice just to make sure. I never could find a spec for how much oil stays in the case, but I'll say that a quart's in 946 milliliters, so basically 950. I used about 150 milliliters, so we're talking ounces versus a quart. It's not a lot of oil. All right, so the fill level check plug is an 8mm, and we're going to torque it to 45 inch-pounds. It's not much. The bigger fill plug is 16 foot-pounds, and according to the math on the calculator, that's 192 inch-pounds. We'll run that up pretty quick. I know guys that do real production stuff would have had a torque wrench ready to go, but I like to keep it real. All right, 16 foot-pounds on a bolt that's in a stupid spot with almost no access. The reason I hit that again is because the first time I torqued it, I was actually laying it on the cup of the CV, so I really wasn't torquing the bolt. That was why I went back and hit it again. Now we're at 16 foot-pounds. Anyway, that is how you change the front diff oil in an Arctic Cat Sport or an Arctic Cat Trail. It's the same thing. Simple, easy, 15, 20 minutes, and you do it while you're sporting the swag.